Hello and thanks for joining us today. A home in northwest Brooklyn Park was destroyed in a plane crash Saturday afternoon. The crash left one person dead, but the home's residents are both okay. Reporter Emily Haugen shares what we know so far. Emily?
Delane, Fire Chief Sean Conway said the plane flew in from the southeast and landed in the basement of the home. Now, 2 days later, investigators are searching through the debris.
So I was on this walk.
On Saturday afternoon, Chad Isaacs was on a walk when he saw something strange.
I saw black smoke in that direction, of course, and called 911 because my house is back there.
Isaacs learned a plane went down and was worried his own home was affected when he called his son. He said he was okay.
And I'm just feeling bad for the people in that neighborhood, and of course, at that time, we didn't know who was in the plane.
Isaac's family was fine, but they lived just blocks away from the affected home on Kyle Avenue.
If you can see through the trees here, you're going to notice that some of the branches are broke and are laid over.
A place that's left in ruins now after the single-engine aircraft crash-landed into its basement.
Just the extent of that fire, it's a large fire. And what I mean by completely engulfed, the whole residence was on fire.
Brooklyn Park Fire Chief Sean Conway says the fire was put out quickly and the residents of the home are safe. And now the investigation is in the hands of the National Transportation Safety Board, who should have a report in about 2 weeks.
I couldn't be prouder of our staff. They're hardworking, they're diligent, they put the community and the families first.
There are still aircraft parts on site.
That's an engine in the fuselage in the driveway.
The residents of the home and their dog are safe. The best way to help the family is with donations to the Red Cross and Salvation Army. Conway said the residents of the home are safe and in a hotel. Delane?
Thanks, Emily. U.S. Bank said in a statement that it believes one of its executives, Terry Dolan, was killed in the crash. This is far from the first time a small plane has crashed in the northwest suburbs. In recent history, a plane crash landed onto County Road 81 in Brooklyn Park in 2023, striking a vehicle as it came down. The pilot sustained minor injuries. Another example comes in 2011 when a small experimental plane crashed during a takeoff at Crystal Airport, injuring 2. And a computer executive was killed in 2009 after he crashed at Crystal Airport. Authorities said he tried to land his plane in heavy rain conditions and missed the runway. Meanwhile, first responders in Brooklyn Park were busy on Sunday helping a stab victim get medical care. According to a press release, officers were sent to a report of a stabbing in the 5200 block of 91st Crescent on Sunday night. They found a victim who had been stabbed in the hand. The wound was non-life-threatening, and they were taken to a local hospital for treatment. Officers questioned another resident on the scene who was arrested and booked for assault. Criminal charges in the case are pending. Fans of the written word have a good reason to get excited. There's a series of book sales coming up that offer cheap prices and a chance to support the state's largest library system.
Those items have been checked out in 2024. 12.3 million items went out. And so it's a well-loved collection. So you can see that when a collection is that well-loved, we have to get replacement items. And the Friends book sale helps us get replacement items.
The Friends of the Hennepin County Library will be hosting more than a dozen book sales starting this spring. During the sales, older books in the library's collection are moved off the shelf and sold to make room for new titles. Many of these books are priced at $1 to $2. Children's books go for 50 cents a piece. The proceeds from every sale goes back to the Hennepin County Library. The organizers say it's also a great opportunity to connect with other book lovers in the community.
Whenever we have people coming together, you have lots of conversations about different topics, books, recommendations, and it's just a joyful experience.
The Golden Valley Library book sale is this Saturday and Sunday. There's additional book sales on the way across the Hennepin County Library system, with one coming up in Plymouth in May. We'll have a link to the full schedule at ccxmedia.org. The Northwest Metro has a dozen off-leash dog parks, but if your dog doesn't play well with others, or if you just want a little more privacy, well, there's an app for that. In this edition of Business Matters, we take a look at the Airbnb for dog parks and how a Maple Grove couple is benefiting.
Ready? You ready?
Dogs love Chris and Mark Hewen's backyard.
They do. They can get up to high speeds and get their zoomies out when they need to.
They have plenty of space to run around and play, and they have privacy.
Good job.
It's no wonder why it's one of the top-rated locations on the app Sniffspot.
It's been really a great experience for us.
Mark and Chris have been Sniffspot hosts since 2021.
Go get it.
For $10 an hour, other dog owners can essentially rent their Maple Grove backyard and use it as their own private dog park.
We actually have a bin full of toys where guests can go ahead and grab a toy, play with it.
And yes, it has all of the amenities that people would want for their furry friends, treats included.
Good, safe, fully fenced-in type dog parks are rare. So this provides a safe environment for anybody who wants to give their dog a chance to have a good time.
You drop it?
This concept was made possible thanks to David Adams.
The way I normally describe it is Airbnb for dog parks.
He's the company's Massachusetts-based CEO who founded the platform in 2017.
It's just grown and compounded over time, and now we've got about 30,000 active hosts across the U.S. and around the country.
By contrast, Adams says there are about 6,000 public dog parks in the United States, and not all dog owners want to use them.
They're not controlled, they're not managed. You can't control what dogs are there. They could be crowded.
You gonna try and catch it?
Sniffspot gives people that control and allows others to make a few extra bucks in the process.
We have hosts regularly making over $3,000 a month.
Hi.
To be clear, Mark and Chris aren't making that much.
We've made a few thousand since we started doing it.
Still, it's a source of extra income that helps people's pets experience some unbridled fun.
And the opportunity to have a safe play space for the pup is rewarding.
There are currently 300 active Sniffspot locations in the Twin Cities metro area.
This spring will be the first time ever that boys volleyball will be a sanctioned Minnesota State High School League sport. 12 area teams are registered to compete. Chaz Moot stopped by Champlin Park High School to hear how the Rebels have been getting ready for their inaugural MSHSL season.
In the Champlin Park High School gymnasium, the feeling of first,
just like the first time, super excited,
is unmatched.
It's exciting. It's also a lot of nerves though too.
Boys volleyball is set to begin its first ever season as the Minnesota State High School League sanctioned sport this spring, but
this will be my third year. Yeah, I've been playing for probably about 4 years.
The Rebels aren't new to the game of volleyball. Champlin Park has always had a club boys team, but the MSHSL stamp amps things up.
Makes it a lot more of a team sport because school transportation is just a lot more of actual team than rather everybody driving themselves. Just a lot of things are different. It's definitely more exciting than last year.
Champlin Park has a history with volleyball.
Champlin Park's going to stay!
This past year, the Rebels girls team took second in Class 4A. In 2018, CP took home the state title.
Champlin Park champions!
Sammy Hilly was a junior on that 18 team. Now she's the head coach for the boys team.
They're just ready to work. They're ready to learn. They have a lot of stuff to learn, and I can't get them out of the gym. They never want to end practice.
With competing in club volleyball, the Rebels know how to play the game. Hilly has been trying to teach them how to play the right way.
We like to set tight balls, and they like to hit the ball hard straight down, which they're going to land on somebody's foot. They're going to get injured, and so I've been trying to get them to set off the net and make smarter choices.
The start of the season and start of MSHSL Rebel Boys Volleyball will take place tonight against Maple Grove.
It's my last year here, so it's really good to experience this official start of the actual sport,
In Champlin Park, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Champlin Park baseball team is hoping to put together a strong season. Jay Wilcox has a preview of the Rebels.
A promising start fizzled a bit at the end for the Champlin Park baseball team last spring, but they're optimistic that this will be a solid group in 2025.
The team gels pretty well together. We got a good group of returners, and everyone seems to really want it this year. I'm glad all the vibes are high.
Love the way that we've showed up to morning practices, been here to get after it, and I'm so excited to get back out here with my friends, my buddies that I've been playing with growing up.
It's been really great with guys just getting here early and doing all those intangible things, right? Just being great teammates, and like even the early morning stuff. We've had everybody here early, setting up, loading the bus at 5 a.m., rolling early. It's been a really good group. I can feel a lot of camaraderie, and I think we're going to have a great dugout this year.
Shortstop and pitcher Nick Carlson, a Concordia St. Paul recruit, leads the returning group for the Rebels. First baseman pitcher Kellen Oligmuller, second baseman Brockton Sando, third baseman Max Janisch, and center fielder Reese George are other key returners. The Rebels were over 500 last season, but went out quickly in the Section 5 4A tournament, losing their only 2 playoff games. Changing that is a goal.
For sure, definitely after last year, it built that level of hunger for all of us. So we're back out this year. We're going to play clean, efficient baseball. And
last year was definitely a down year for us and a disappointment, so we're ready to come back and show them what we got.
And while the high school playoffs didn't go as planned, summer success for Champlin Park at 2 levels should carry into this spring.
Maybe the spring didn't end the way we wanted it, but we turn around and right away we have summer ball. So a lot of these guys played together on the Legion team, and even our VFW team, both teams had a really successful summer. Both teams made it to state.
It definitely helps playing with your buddies all summer that you're also playing high school with. We built a lot of camaraderie and we did have a successful season, so hopefully we can carry that into this season.
The Rebels are eager to get the season started if and when the weather cooperates. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.